The NFL world has been absolutely rocked today by a stunning development out of Dallas, because according to multiple reports circulating around the league, the Dallas Cowboys have made one of the boldest coaching moves in franchise history by hiring Ben Johnson as their new head coach, a decision that has sent shockwaves through front offices, locker rooms, and fan bases from coast to coast. This is the kind of move that doesn't just tweak a roster or adjust a scheme. This is the kind of move that signals a total philosophical shift for one of the most famous and scrutinized franchises in all of sports, and the implications of it could be felt for years to come. For Cowboys fans, this news hits differently. Dallas is not just another team in the NFL, it is a global brand, a franchise that lives under a microscope every single week of the year. Every coaching hire, every draft pick, every free agent signing becomes national news, and that pressure has crushed more than a few promising careers over the decades. That's why the decision to reportedly hand the keys of this franchise to Ben Johnson is being described by league insiders as both incredibly risky and incredibly exciting at the same time. Ben Johnson's rise through the NFL coaching ranks has been nothing short of remarkable. Just a few years ago, he was a relatively unknown assistant grinding away behind the scenes, respected by players and fellow coaches but far from a household name. Then came his work as an offensive coordinator, where his creativity, adaptability, and modern approach to offense quickly turned heads across the league. Defenses struggled to predict his play calling, quarterbacks flourished under his guidance, and analytics-minded executives began to see him as one of the brightest offensive minds of the new generation. What makes this move so shocking is not just that Dallas went after Ben Johnson, but that they actually pulled the trigger. For years, the Cowboys have been criticized for playing it safe, for sticking with familiar faces, and for hesitating to fully embrace the modern evolution of the NFL. This hire, if confirmed, represents a clear break from that pattern. It suggests that the Cowboys are finally willing to gamble on innovation, youth, and upside rather than comfort and tradition. Around the league, executives and coaches are already reacting. Some see this as a masterstroke, arguing that Johnson's offensive vision is exactly what Dallas needs to unlock the full potential of its roster. Others are more cautious, pointing out that being a brilliant coordinator is very different from being the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, where media pressure, ownership expectations, and locker room management can overwhelm even the most prepared candidates. One thing that cannot be ignored is how perfectly this hire seems to align with the current state of the Cowboys roster. Dallas has invested heavily in offensive talent over the years, from their quarterback to their skill position players, yet too often the offense has felt predictable in big moments. Ben Johnson's reputation is built on unpredictability, on creating mismatches, and on tailoring his scheme to the strengths of his players rather than forcing them into a rigid system. That alone has Cowboys fans dreaming of an offense that finally lives up to its potential on the biggest stage. This move also sends a clear message to the rest of the NFC. The Cowboys are not content with simply making the playoffs or winning the division. They are chasing championships, and they believe that the status quo was no longer good enough. Hiring a coach like Ben Johnson signals an intent to compete not just with traditional rivals, but with the league's most innovative organizations, teams that have embraced forward-thinking leadership and reaped the rewards. Of course, no discussion of a Cowboys coaching hire would be complete without talking about the role of ownership. Jerry Jones has long been one of the most powerful and polarizing figures in the NFL, and any head coach in Dallas must navigate that dynamic carefully. Supporters of the move believe that Johnson's confidence and football intelligence will allow him to stand his ground while still collaborating effectively with ownership. Skeptics wonder whether a first-time head coach can truly thrive in an environment where the owner is also the general manager and the most prominent voice in the room. Inside the Cowboys locker room, the reaction is reportedly a mix of excitement and curiosity. Players are well aware of Ben Johnson's reputation, particularly among offensive players who see him as a coach who empowers his stars while still holding them accountable. There is also a sense that this hire could extend careers, boost production, and create an environment where players feel put in the best possible position to succeed. Defensively, the hire raises fascinating questions. While Johnson is known for his offense, his approach to team building emphasizes complementary football. That means smarter time of possession strategies, situational awareness, and an offense that helps the defense by controlling tempo and field position. For a Cowboys defense that has shown flashes of dominance but struggled with consistency, that could be a game changer. The timing of this move is also critical. The NFL is in the midst of a coaching evolution, with younger, more analytically inclined coaches taking over some of the league's most prominent franchises. By hiring Ben Johnson, Dallas is signaling that it does not want to be left behind. This is a franchise that understands the window to win in the NFL is never guaranteed, and that bold decisions are often required to stay relevant. Fans, meanwhile, are split but engaged. Social media has exploded with reactions ranging from unfiltered excitement to cautious skepticism. Some fans see this as the most hopeful moment they've felt in years, a sign that the Cowboys are finally embracing change. Others worry about the risks, pointing to past hires around the league where promising coordinators struggled once promoted to head coach. What cannot be denied is the attention this move has generated. Sports talk shows, podcasts, and analysts are dissecting every angle of the decision, from Johnson's play-calling tendencies to how he might handle late-game situations, from his leadership style to his ability to manage a star-studded locker room. For a franchise that thrives on attention, this hire has already delivered that in abundance. There is also the broader impact on the NFL coaching market. If Ben Johnson succeeds in Dallas, it could further accelerate the trend of teams targeting innovative coordinators rather than experienced head coaches. It could reshape how franchises evaluate leadership potential and how young coaches prepare themselves for the biggest jobs in the sport. As for Ben Johnson himself, this moment represents the opportunity of a lifetime. Coaching the Dallas Cowboys is one of the most high-profile jobs in sports, a position that comes with immense pressure but also immense opportunity. Success in Dallas doesn't just mean winning games, it means becoming a part of NFL history. Failure, on the other hand, is equally magnified. Johnson now stands at the center of that reality. Looking ahead, the questions are endless. How quickly can Johnson implement his system? Will he call plays himself or delegate? How will he handle adversity, criticism, and the relentless spotlight that comes with this job? How will the Cowboys look in their first season under his leadership, and will fans see immediate results or need patience? What is clear is that the Cowboys have made a statement. This is not a quiet, conservative hire. This is a swing for the fences, a move designed to change the narrative around a franchise that has spent years trying to recapture past glory. Whether it becomes a masterclass in modern team building or a cautionary tale will depend on execution, adaptability, and leadership. For now, the NFL is watching, Cowboys fans are dreaming, and the league's balance of power may be shifting right before our eyes. If Ben Johnson truly is the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, then this moment could be remembered as the day America's team decided to reinvent itself, embracing a new era with boldness and belief rather than fear and familiarity. And as this story continues to develop, one thing is certain: the Dallas Cowboys have once again become the center of the NFL universe, and every snap, every decision, and every result under Ben Johnson will be analyzed, debated, and remembered. If you want to stay up to date on everything that happens next with this stunning Cowboys shakeup and all the biggest NFL news, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update.